and why do you want to serve as district director? How long have you been in Toastmasters, and why do you want to serve as district director?
Thank you so much for that question. I certainly do appreciate your time this evening. And I have been a Toastmaster for 20 years. I love Toastmasters. Toastmasters is a priority in my life. And I would like to reach out this evening also to thank Leonardo Burrows for his superb leadership this year, because he has definitely had some challenges. And he has been a strong leader, and I feel that next year we need a strong leader just as well. I certainly have the qualifications to be district director, even though I may not have served as club growth or as program quality director because of my business acumen, my business experience. I have been a controller. I'm retired now, a controller in the private sector, a financial controller for 33 years. I've also been an administrator. I have run companies, and this definitely is a company just like a regular company that runs for profit. I look forward to this position, and the reason I look forward to this is because I think I can bring not only my business acumen, but also my knowledge of Toastmasters. I have been involved in 7 district offices or chairs, and as well in 24 club positions. This involvement definitely has helped me to know and be very knowledgeable about Toastmasters, and I think that I can bring a lot to this office. And I think this year we possibly have missed some opportunities, especially in additional educational training. I think we could have planned a little bit better, and I think we definitely could have communicated better. So if I am elected to this position, I strive to help the situation that we're going to be coming into, which is going to be one of recovery from the economy. And I strongly hope that we will regenerate interest in Toastmasters, that we can regain members and retain members. Thank you for that question.
What are the core values of Toastmasters, and what does the value of integrity mean to you? What are the core values of Toastmasters, and what does the value of integrity mean to you?
There are 4 core values: respect, integrity, service, and excellence. Integrity specifically, being a certified public accountant for 37 years, integrity is something that I strive for in everything I do. I believe in being very transparent. I believe in being very ethical, because that has been ingrained in me, not only in my school upbringing, but obviously in my career. Integrity means that we have to be honest with our members. We have to give them the path to go so that they can lead, and we have to set by example, and specifically integrity. If you have integrity, then you definitely show the right way to go. Thank you.
What procedures should be implemented to ensure district leaders are conducting themselves according to our core values? What procedures should be implemented to ensure district leaders are conducting themselves according to our core values?
What procedures should be put in place? Well, definitely all district officers should be trained. There is training not only for the trio, but there's also training for the division and area directors. And I think we really should spend a lot of time going through that, especially with the area directors, so that they understand what their roles are and what they have volunteered for. I think when I became an area director, I had no idea what I was doing. So I think training them and speaking with them in regards to these specific fundamental procedures that we should have in Toastmasters, again, leading by example, but we have to train them. We have to show them that we are professional, that we abide by our core values, and some people don't even know they are core values. So we definitely, training is the best procedure. I think education and training has to be the best way that we can show them how to live the core values. Thank you.
Explain your understanding of the fiduciary responsibilities of a district leader and how your experience relates. Explain the understanding of the fiduciary responsibilities of a district leader and how your experience relates.
I appreciate that question specifically. Being a CPA, I understand money and the fiduciary responsibility that we all have. Even in clubs, we have that fiduciary responsibility as a treasurer. Fiduciary means that we oversee the financial management of the funds that we have in the district, and having served as a district manager this year, I thoroughly understand those rules and regulations and what we must do. So it's just like having a trust or being an attorney. You have to overview and have oversight over the money in the district, and we are given quite a big budget in the district that we have to make sure that we manage correctly. Thank you.
As the CEO of the district, how can we ensure district leaders fully understand how to prepare and manage the operation budget? As the CEO of the district, how can we ensure district leaders fully understand how to prepare and manage the operation budget?
Thank you. In regards to the budget, I had a large role in putting the budget together this year, reaching out to the trio and what they needed and how we should budget and do line items specifically for this year. I have helped them, I think, pretty well, reminding them of things that we have budgeted and what we have not budgeted for, keeping those right in line, because the budget is very, very important. So we would need to address those as well with our division, area directors, and the other members of the trio, so that they understand how important it is when you prepare a budget, you must abide by the budget. So let's plan accordingly and do a better job of preparing the budget so that we have the funds that we can spend specifically for what we need in the district. Thank you.
With all the changes that have taken place in the world due to COVID-19, how will you motivate members to continue with the Toastmasters program? With all the changes that have taken place in the world due to COVID-19, how will you motivate members to continue with the Toastmasters program?
Thank you. Very interesting. In my club, I'm president this year for the 5th time, not in a row, but 5th time. And what I have found is by actually getting on the phone and calling people who have not been attending the meetings has been a phenomenal, or gets a phenomenal result. People want to know that you care about them, and we are to value our members, or we're going to lose them. We need to regenerate, especially right after this crisis that we're going through. We need to regenerate interest in Toastmasters so that we can get them to come back into Toastmasters, renew their membership, and remind themselves, why did they join Toastmasters in the first place? By reaching out personally and using that old method of the phone, we used to use that all the time, I think that we can get our members to rejoin and make sure that they're doing good and involve them in so many different activities. The Zoom really works. It does work. We're flexible, we've adapted. And that's what learning about leadership and learning to be a member is. Thank you.
Describe your leadership experience as it relates to relationship building and developing future leaders. Describe your leadership experience as it relates to relationship building and developing future leaders.
Thank you. Well, I have supervised people at work, so I have teams at work. I have been a division director. We were a presidential distinguished division, and we have to work with our teams. I also am a reader. I love to read. I love ideas. I've already put together some ideas for, hopefully, if I'm elected, our deck meetings that are coming up in the future when we meet in person. Because if you create a vision, you have to share that vision and make sure that your teammates are also on that same vision with you. It's not just my vision. Let's create our vision together. Let's share it with everyone, and let's communicate it and make sure that everybody understands what they can do as a team. Thank you.
What do you feel is the biggest challenge facing our members, and how can the district help? What do you feel is the biggest challenge facing our members, and how can the district help?
I think we're about over in time, but the biggest thing that we are going to be facing is the recovery of members for